Erie Agency on Aging, we are designated by New York State under the authority of the Older Americans Act of 1965 to address the needs and concerns of all older adults in Erie County. Today, we gather to recognize World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. On June 15, 2006, the International Network for the Prevention of Elder Abuse initiated the first World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. In 2011, it was adopted by the World Health Organization to raise awareness about the abuse, neglect, and exploitation of older adults. In Erie County, many agencies and community partners work to protect, educate, and empower our older residents. Today, we are joined by the Erie County Department of Social Services Adult Protection Unit, the Erie County District Attorney, and the Center for Elder Law and Justice. The Department of Senior Services and these agencies work together to ensure our community has the resources needed to prevent and prosecute mistreatment of older adults. We work 365 days a year to let older adults and caregivers know about the scams that are targeting older people. We educate families, professional caregivers, and the general public on what to look for if abuse, neglect, and exploitation are suspected. Our adult protection team in the district attorney's office work diligently to bring justice when abuse is perpetrated against older adults and their families. The hours are long. The conditions and crimes are despicable, but those that labor for justice persevere. Erie County and the agencies dedicated to bringing justice and awareness to elder abuse are led by Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz. I now invite the County Executive to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. Thank you, Commissioner. I'd also like to thank Joan from Deaf Access Services for providing our American Sign Language today. We have this press conference every year to highlight what unfortunately occurs not just in our community, but in communities across the United States, which is our individuals who abuse older adults. And abuse comes in different ways. It can come in financial abuse, in which they take advantage of them and steal their hard-earned money. It can be physical and mental abuse. What we want people to understand is that our older adults' golden years should truly be golden. But unfortunately, too many individuals take advantage and prey on older adults, and they become victims of sometimes heinous crimes when they're physical, violent types of attacks. Can be terrible when it's mental abuse, and then financial abuse, where someone who worked his entire career, his or her career, built up a nice little nest egg and then found that stolen, sadly sometimes by a family member. So we're here today to recognize World Elder Abuse Day and to bring awareness in our community about how we as a county can stand up and help prevent that. I want to thank all of the individuals that are here from the Erie County Department of Senior Services, soon to be named the Erie County Office of the Aged. Our friends from the Center for Elder, I lost my train of thought there. Law and Justice, yes. Our friends from the Department of Social Services, the District Attorney's Office. I think it's important that we come together as a team to do this. Our Adult Protective Unit, they sadly have to work together on a lot of cases, and we need to stop that in our community as best as we possibly can. So I have a proclamation here declaring it in Erie County World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. We want people to understand that your neighbor who may come to you for assistance really may need assistance. And it could be a family member who's preying on them or someone else. Do not be afraid to reach out and contact us and help them because we truly want those golden years to be golden. But for too many members of our community, they're not. And it's sad because they should be. And we all have a responsibility to help address that. So on behalf of the people of Erie County, I want to thank everyone that's here who plays a role in protecting our older adults and ensuring that their lives are the best they possibly can be. And we all have a responsibility to do that. So with that, I have this World Elder Abuse Awareness Day proclamation. It's my pleasure to provide it to the hardworking men and women of our Adult Protective Services Unit that each day ensures that the seniors in our community and they're not all seniors they deal with, but the seniors in our community who may be victims of crimes, whether it's physical, mental, or financial, are helped out, and those that sadly are the perpetrators of those crimes eventually go to my friend Mike Keane, the district attorney, to be prosecuted for the crimes that they commit on others. But at this time, I'd like to introduce Karen Nicolson and Gavin Kaspar from the Center for Elder Law and Justice to discuss a little bit more about this. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I said right behind you going. Hi, everyone. So every year, thousands of individuals who are older face abuse. In Erie County, it's about 1,500 cases a year. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm very, very proud of the work that we've done with the county, with the district attorney's office, to really build a program that attacks these cases from a multidisciplinary standpoint. Elder abuse is one of the most unrecognized and unaddressed issues of our day, especially since COVID. Social isolation significantly contributes to somebody becoming victimized. It's often underreported, and for every time one case is reported, it's estimated that 24 are not reported. And that is because, as our county executive said, the vast majority of perpetrators are known to the victim. Today, we are urging our country to take action to stop elder abuse. This is a time to break the silence and to commit to change. It's a societal failing that our seniors have to live with any type of abuse in their lives. With the global population of older adults expected to double by 2050, the number of victims is only going to rise. Currently, according to the U.S. Department of Justice, 1 out of 10 people aged 65 and over suffers from some kind of elder abuse, whether that be physical, financial, or neglect. We all have a role here to prevent elder abuse. As our county executive said, you should have your neighbors call if adult protection if they sense that something's going on. There are agencies here that can help people. And I want to stress that we take our cue from the victim. And I think that is a reason that a lot of people don't report abuse, is because they're afraid what's going to happen to their loved one who is also committing the abuse. Preventing elder abuse begins with building strong communities and ensuring access to essential services, including Medicaid and food stamps, which are right now under attack, and maintaining vigilant systems that safeguard the vulnerable. Let us commit today, not just to recognize elder abuse, but to stop it wherever and whenever it occurs. Thank you. So I'd like to introduce Gavin Kaspar from the Center for Elder Law and Justice. He has an award to give out.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out here. What a great crowd of people that we have. They are the hard-working people that help older people.
Can't look away.
These are the incredible people who day in and day out work tirelessly to help older adults who are exposed to abuse, neglect, and exploitation. I can't tell you how much I appreciate and how the community appreciates what they do. It's a thankless job at some times, and it's really hard to measure their success. If you think about it, you can't really measure what they do. You can't measure what didn't happen. What didn't happen was more abuse. And for that, I want to thank Erie County Department of Social Services, Adult Protective Services Unit for their work. This honorable Community Exemplary Service Award goes to the Adult Protective Services Unit, who have not only worked to protect the older adults in our community, but also to build collaboratives among all the different agencies that require help. Banks, government agency, law enforcement, healthcare, you name it. The list is endless, and they have mastered this. That's the place you go when you have someone who's being exposed to elder abuse and neglect. And like I said, it's a thankless job sometimes, but the award is well deserved, And I would like to award this year's Council on Elder Abuse Community Exemplary Service Award to Erie County Department of Social Services, Adult Protection. I believe Karen Rubicki is here to accept it.
Thank you, Kevin.
I know that the director of APS is standing right up there in the wings there a little bit. But do you have a few words that you want to say?
Great. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I just want to acknowledge, say thank you on behalf of the Department of Social Services in accepting this award as the commissioner. The goal of APS is to help people maintain independence in our community, free from abuse, neglect, and financial exploitation. And we recognize that this is a massive undertaking, but with the assistance of our community partners and each of you, we're making great strides in achieving that goal. In accepting this award, I also want to acknowledge the leadership of Eric Mattoon, Mark Mueller, and Katie Gavin, and all the hardworking APS staff. The older adults in Erie County are entitled to a vibrant life free from malintent, and elder abuse tends to be under-recognized and underreported. Our APS team responds to these calls in a variety of ways, from least restrictive, such as providing referral information, coordinating essential services, managing financial affairs, and collaborating with law enforcement, handling all aspects of daily living as our legal guardians, also for our most vulnerable population. So thank you.
A key component in the prohibition or prevention of elder abuse is the district attorney's office. They work with all the partners that we talked about to prosecute those who commit these crimes, who take advantage of our seniors. And it's my pleasure to introduce to the podium my partner in government, our strong district attorney. I know takes this very seriously, Mike Keane.
Thank you, County Executive, and my other partners in government and the community that are constantly working on this important issue. The value of us all being here today, and we've got a great turnout from our office, the Erie County District Attorney's Office, and I'm proud to stand here with the members of the community and the members of government that are here to highlight this issue. And has been said a number of times, we think that this is an underreported societal problem. The intentional or neglectful caregiving that often takes place by family members or close relatives of an elderly person, that's where it starts, whether it's physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, or the financial abuse that takes place. It's our seniors who are at risk. Oftentimes, they are isolated, and they depend on these caregivers who are oftentimes family members with financial problems or other problems like mental health issues or drug problems themselves. And it's important that we're here today to educate all of us, to educate the public on what we can do about this problem and to warn about the financial scams. Oftentimes what we see in the district attorney's office is these financial scams. There are community resources here, and we're all represented to encourage anyone that suspects that a loved one is being abused, that they come forward and report that abuse to our office. The financial exploitation, which often takes place, can be reported in our office on the Erie County District Attorney's website. We have a scam report link where you can actually file a report. The information is provided in a confidential nature, and it's only used for law enforcement and investigatory purposes. So I want to just highlight a couple of the common crimes that we see and have been seeing most frequently. One of them is Facebook Marketplace, where someone, an elderly person, will buy something or think that they've bought something online, and then of course it never shows up. They've paid for it, and then they're out of pocket, a significant financial loss. The other is, we've all heard about these online or telephone scams where, some person who is confidential and doesn't provide their true identity indicates that they are in need of money because they have one of your loved ones, like it's the grandson or granddaughter scam that I'm sure you've all heard all about. a relative needs bail, that they've been arrested, they're incarcerated, or a law enforcement agency says that your account has been compromised. Those are scams. In the simplest way for me to educate the public to avoid being taken advantage of in that way is to hang up the phone. No legitimate government agency, no legitimate police agency is going to call you on the phone and tell you that they need money or that they need your personal information. Hang up the phone. Do not respond to the email. Do not respond to the text. That's the simplest way to do it. If you are unsure about whether it's legitimate, call another family member. After you hang up, call another family member. Text someone else in your family. Text a loved one. Call a law enforcement agency. Call our office. Again, a legitimate agency does not ask for your personal information. They do not ask for money over the phone. So do not follow any instructions from anybody that you get in that manner. So, again, I'm proud to say that we have a dedicated team of prosecutors here in the district attorney's office. We have, behind me, I have support staff, I have victim witness advocates, and I have lawyers from our special investigations and prosecution unit that handle these kinds of claims, these kinds of investigations. They cannot be prosecuted without the cooperation of the victims. So it's important that you come forward, that you contact our office. Our office is simple enough. It's 716-858-2400. That's the telephone number. Again, we can be found on the internet, our website, and you can use that link that I referenced, the scam report we call it. And then finally, you can contact the Erie County Department of Social Services Adult Protection Unit, which is 716-858-6877. We are here to help. We are here to stop these crimes from occurring up front. But if they do occur, we want to try to get justice, and we want to try to get restitution for the victims of these crimes. So thank you all for being here and for highlighting this day and this problem for our community.
That concludes our speaker for this morning. Do we have any questions from the media? Thank you.